what it motherfucking do. We're gonna talk about some real stuff. Some real stuff. Now this is really for, this is really for first of all, I burned my nose, so don't even try to like make fun of me or that. This is for real life recording purposes. Since things is like weird right now, the internet, and apparently you could have a whole bunch of videos get no views or no new it's like I don't even get a chance. Like no new subscribers, like nobody's coming across my videos. And maybe it was like, hey, I like what this guy said, and subscribe, and nobody. So it's like I gotta just internet. Anyways, that's not the point of this. That's not the subject matter going on here. I'm getting on here because I'm noticing a lot of things, and a lot of it just has to do with the natures, the seasons. So it's like there's a lot of confusion in the world for whatever reason. Just, I don't really consider myself to be human. Hue, color, man, thought. So it's a type of like colorful thought. And then here's where, you get in the world where it's like a bunch of black, darkness and heaviness, because humanity, the human, which is almost like a goal at this point. Like, you might think you're a human, but you might as well be some new animal species that they've yet to give names to. But you're not human. Like, that's for anybody. Whoever YouTube executives, the popes, the ambassadors overseas, statesmen, you nobles, priests, all you cats, everybody could get it. Respectfully, this ain't a bashing. I'm not trying to bash nobody. But you thought you was human. I think you're sadly mistaken. You wish you was a human, or more of a glorified type of creature. Because a human knows how to separate their colors and stuff, right? So none of us would even be in this world if individually we didn't get lost with ourselves somewhere. So individually you didn't get lost with yourself. That's all it is, right? So there's a handful of beings that know that, like, that can take accountability or responsibility and look in the mirror like, yep, this is your fault. I'm talking to you right now. Yeah, you right there. Yeah, you. And then I guess maybe the other spirits are still grown up or still got some maturing to do. So, taking accountability, you know what I'm saying? Like pooping your butt. You might poop your butt and be embarrassed. You don't want to admit that you pooped your butt, even though even though the adults and then maybe the other kids. Yeah, so it's like, if you went with a bunch of other little rugrats, of course all y'all can smell like poopy butt in the diaper or in the pants. You know what I'm saying? All y'all want. In the Huggies. Because all y'all doing is doing poopy butt. But when the adult spirit come around, you think things automatically start to, you know what I'm saying, get correct by default. Don't even gotta say nothing. Don't even have to say a word. So that's really what's going on, and all this is relevant to the seasons, because the seasons gonna just be the seasons. That's something that you happen to be born. You know what I'm saying? You're not like separate than the seasons. When it's spring, summer, even if you just talking about your business practices and making money, you capitalism seeds out there, you colonizing capitalism seeds. You Capitol Hill, yeah, you capital building seeds. Even if y'all want to keep capitalizing and cap it, you want to keep busting caps and keep rocking motherfuckers to sleep. You gotta be tapped in with this. It's like, what did you do it? You can't keep capping and you going against the grain. You can't. How you gonna cap to the seasons? So if the seasons change, like meaning like maybe 10 years ago, you was able to get with that. In a whole new time, it's like a whole new season. You see all this goddamn glow behind me, like. So it's like, like just get with the program, and if you need help doing that, you got a handful of people you can work with that are tapped in with real people. The point of all of this is the flow, like the seasons. So if you some capitalism people somewhere, and y'all just been like at board meetings, and y'all get to go eat good lobster rolls and whatever y'all be doing, fancy schmancy dinners, and wherever y'all be doing, whatever you going on yacht mansion excursions and things in real estate, buying up all the real estate, gentrifying lands, and if you more in that bag, I can understand why you'd be somebody somewhere right now. You might be going through the worst time of your life, because it's like at one point those energies was having their way in the world, but it's like musical chairs. It's like name the things that you might be familiar with, as far as things that you connected to, or like things in the world, right? Like these are all things that start in the mind first, right? And then, but you're not the mind though. But like these mentalities be like certain characters and certain imaginations and images. And these be like based off of like actual space, like little locations, spirit realm. Like, I guess you could call. I hate to call it space, but pockets, or little like zones and shit, and little areas and whatnot. So it's like, but these be actual worlds and stuff, like somewhere like Walmart. That's a world. Not to give them too much credit, but that's a world though, somewhere like where you go get walls. I don't know what y'all thought y'all was going. If you ain't going to Walmart to get walls, I don't know what you thought you was going to Walmart for. If you're not going there for walls and more insecurities and insecurities and stuff. If you really genuinely thought you was going to Walmart because you thought you was gonna go buy like some fruit or some avocados or some dinner, or you went to Walmart to get like cereal or something, you missed the point. Like if you went to Walmart for milk and you didn't go there for walls or like wallpaper or like something wall related, I don't know. I think you missed some serious points. At least in your mind category. But the point of all this is the flow. The flow. All great players, all-star players know about this flow. This is the mechanism of life. If you are disconnected from this flow state, most likely you're just creating more distance away from yourself that you're gonna have to close the gap at some point. And you don't want that band-aid to stretch and stretch and stretch, or that rubber band You don't want that like rubber band and just keep stretching because one day it's gonna snap in this lifetime or the next lifetime, whatever, whenever. So ultimately, like you wanna be aligned with. You at least want to like, even if you misaligned right now, you at least want to start making progress to at least be more aligned, to get back to be more aligned with who you are. And you ain't shit. Respectfully, like you ain't nothing. You ain't stuff. You ain't stuff. So the more you could like tell yourself and remind yourself that you ain't none of these things and you ain't stuff, the better off you will be. But you do need to have a character. You do need to have a mentality. So you can't just be out here naked like you're not God and stuff. You here, you got a body and stuff. You just got to match who you are with where you belong in life. And I think that's what most people be trying to do. Trying to like find that security, that little warm spot. You know what I mean? Where it was like where you was at in your mother's womb and stuff. And then that's like the little sweet spot or that little happy medium. You know what I'm saying? Where you had to put some work in, but you didn't overwork yourself, and now you could kind of like it's like it's a nice little like it's a comfort zone kind of quality, right? So everybody want to be comfortable, you know what I'm saying? And the better you know how to like deal with thoughts and feelings, aka the currents or the seasons, you know what I'm saying? Because you're inside of something. It's not like you alone by yourself and the body and the organization that makes up who you are. So you ain't never alone, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's like people just don't be having the right starting point. So they walk around with like one idea about life that is just them and their bias ultimately, and all the little like the beings that make up their world and stuff, right? So that being in your own holy, but if you never get out of your own hole to at least expand and see that there's other, be at least, you know what I'm saying, get out of your bias and be open-minded to the fact that you're in a world where others and they got their own holy. So it's not about you being lost in your own self and your own subjective bias. It's about you understanding that you here in a world with others, and most likely you share similar thoughts and feelings because you got similar biases, as far as being a creator. You know what I'm saying? It's just spirit. Like, you here in this experience because there's other spirits and beings and shit, spaces, and making minds and mentalities, making thoughts and feelings, and the joining of thoughts and feelings and sex, multiple, the joining of multiple energies to make something new and stuff. And then all y'all was like making this new thing called what you want to call humanity or something, right? Or like this earthly experience, right? But you wouldn't have been able to do it without other beings and stuff. So that's where a lot of y'all, just like people in humanity, just be failing right now. Like only focusing on your own pocket. Even if you think you're working with others, right? Like say you got a large family or a whole like a bunch of friends and associates, or say you got like a large, but at the end of the day, that's still a bias. Like say 100, like just on an extreme example, like somebody that is tapped in with 100,000 people, right? Because who's really tapped in with 100,000 people? Like a celebrity or something, they might have like these millions of followers, right? Allegedly, right? You know what I'm saying? First of all, like the legitimacy of that, but like you know damn well the celebrity don't know each one of these people like that. And I'm guilty of that. I'm talking about my damn self, right? But not at that. That's like a super level. Like you talk about millions of people. I don't even got no millions of followers, right? Or whatever. This is then the third. I'm just making a point. Like you know damn well, like Taylor Swift don't know each one of her followers in real life, other than maybe the moments at a concert or at a meet and greet or one of these things, right? But the character itself, Taylor Swift, is a whole made up synthetic like character, not even real outside of capitalism. Do people understand? Like people just don't break shit down. people, I guess people don't got the comprehension and the intelligence, so therefore it'd be taking people like myself and others, like, we have to talk a certain way, and it might come across as, I don't know, maybe fake, kind of arrogant, or somebody might be intimidated, or they have all the goddamn money and business and this all the materials and stuff, but if you don't know where material things came from, what's the point of the material then? Like, what do you even know what you're doing with materials? Since you think it'd be people more in the pockets of thinking they are the material things. So I get it. I'm not saying material things are a bad thing, but if you don't know the meanings and reasonings to these things to begin with, that's why your life is the way it is. And it's like there's no flow going on, because somewhere down the line in the generations in the previous, like, past 200-300 years, 400 years, like, I say 200 to 300 years or more, so the biasness is kind of went extreme as far as the colonization stuff, which is not a right or wrong thing. Here we are today, right? But the biasness of trying to control and just one blanket everything. That way you don't gotta, because I get it, like, maybe somebody was thinking like, hey, if we could just like if they're sitting back in Britain or somewhere at a round table or something in France and, you know, in Venice and shit, like, you know what I'm saying, these people talk about like, okay, we gotta, like, if they're looking at like they're gonna take over everybody and rule everybody, or they're God or something, like that they're gonna feed everybody. Like, I don't know, it's some weird shit. I watched Mad Max. I watched the Mad Max, the Fury one, where it was like, I seen this shit. You know what I mean? The one dude was fucking bonkers. Excuse my French, but the one dude was bonkers. The one chick was like pretty much cosplaying like she was like a native or something, and then there was like this whole new world. You know what I'm saying? And then people were some other side, I guess, separate people. I guess thought they were separate, but kind of fake are, I guess, but desert situations. And then people were like, there's these stories of some land somewhere, or like not land, but I guess, you know, like some new dwelling type of place, some type of oasis or something, right? Where some new territory where there'd be like the fruits and the plants and, you know what I'm saying, just like life, right? And then goddamn, the whole movie, that was what the whole movie was about, like the future, pretty much, if things keep going the way they're going. Well, really is what's going on right now, like mentally, right? It could be certain beings, like, shit, we got our own like little world and stuff, all kind of fruits, and I'm just talking about my damn self, like mentally, like, shit, nigga, I'm in my own, I got my own shit I'm growing and cultivating, and got my own garden and stuff. So for the world to be in some type of that current, maybe it was a previous current that was a current flow, and then now it's like kind of drying up, aka currency, or somebody else's value system that technically ain't actual nature. It's some offspring of nature, right? Like money, like nothing wrong with money and stuff. You gotta know what it's like, see, they know what the fuck I'm talking about, because they know the actual nature has been like super compromised for some decades now, for some, you know what I'm saying, like a century or so now, like. So it's like, whatever, I don't know what kind of paper that is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what kind of water we're drinking. I hope it's water. I hope we ain't all just drinking each other's piss and it's getting recycled and sterilized and chemicalized, and then you think you're drinking a fresh new bottle of water. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Niggas ain't collecting rainwater. It's illegal to collect rainwater in Hawaii. So it's like, what you mean? Where's all this water? Where's the water coming from then? right? Shit, maybe it's coming from the maybe it's coming from the sweatshop. Anyways, just reality, bro. A lot of not everybody can face reality. They still want to be in Disneyland and Disney World and shit. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? Why would you want to be in reality where it's harsh and it's real and it's real seasons. It's like spring, summer, fall, winter, and different temperature changes and things of that nature. You gotta be hard. You gotta be in shape. You gotta be fit. The elements, life would just beat your ass. Nothing else. You don't even gotta worry about no other humans or nothing. Put no hands on you, nothing. The weather conditions will beat your ass. The air pressure will beat your ass. A lot of different factors. The birds outside chirping around, being birds and stuff, that might beat your ass just because the birds is chilling, and you might be feeling like you ain't the birds, and you be like, damn, how do I get like them birds and stuff? That might beat your ass in today's time. Just knowing the birds is flying and they ain't worried about what you worried about. That somebody told you to be, some other humans got you worried about, and you only worried about that because I get it, because the bills and shit, safety, security, and shelter, right? Eating, sleeping, and fucking. So there ain't nothing wrong with like what you doing. It's just you was just born into somebody else's stuff, and then that's kind of like the conundrum right now, man or woman, right? Where like egos and stuff, that somebody gonna either be more inflated, or they just gonna really accept the flow of life, like, oh, okay, right, I ain't shit. Like, there's clouds outside that are more like, y'all understand? Y'all don't be understanding, bruh. Do you make the sky? Now you do make the sky. I'm not saying people don't make the sky, but it's like, dude, it's like you necessarily didn't do that just yourself, like consciously thinking like, oh, June, let me Blu-ray HD June, let me hologram project the sky in the air each day so I can like keep breathing. No, it's not a Blu-ray simulation. It's not a Las Vegas dome projection simulation where you could build some sky now. Some artificial sky and dome habitat. That's some machine at the end of the day, because you think you God or something. You trying to, like, I don't know, entertain people or keep people entertained because the truth is more apparent, and y'all just be not the truth. So, or you had a business you're trying to run. I get it. It was somebody's family business that they just trying to uphold, and it's just time and time, but it's like we in a whole new shift. Y'all don't be understanding that. Everybody, like you could be the most colonizer child of the bunch somewhere with buku just everything. You don't got to do nothing but think about who's gonna be in the next scary movie or something, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what these niggas, y'all worried about, like, who's gonna be the next Super Bowl event, or like who's gonna do. Y'all just not listening to the people though. So it's like, what is the point of having all those goddamn security cameras and all the data analysis and all the social media moderating and all the like psyops and all the questions and all the phones and all the email verification checks and all the two-way step pathway, the two-step verification to Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin music. Yeah, it's like, what's the whole point of the Led Zeppelin song if you never even get up the stairs? Like, you never even make it anywhere up there. Like, you could get to 80, 90 years old, still trying to walk up these damn Stairway to Heavens. Still be trying to get to goddamn heaven. 80, 90 years old and shit. You might die on your deathbed in your mind trying to still walk up to heaven. Like, I'm coming, Jesus. I'm going to see you. And nothing wrong with Jesus or nothing. I'm just making a point. Like, y'all got to get with the times. We in a whole new season for real. Nobody told God didn't tell no human at any given point in reality. So there's no, like, you get some grace, but God didn't tell no humans to cement yourself into some shape and a form. And if you don't know how to get out of that shit in a timely fashion, it's like shame on you. Like, you should have never even jumped in the seat then. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't put your hand on the stove if you didn't want to get burned. I'm trying to show you. I got it on my nose. You think I'm bitching? I'm like, this is exactly what I asked for. Now I look like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Seems like people not even here, bro. It's like, where do people at? I don't know. Start player mode. That's what star players do. They like sit down in the mall and like let all the NPCs walk around and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I get like decide if I want to interact with somebody or not. Most of the time I don't. Most of the time I don't. So there's not too many stars in the world, right? You know. So you got everybody. Well, there's a lot of stars. Everybody's a star to me. Y'all just be fucked up in the head somewhere. What's wrong with you, dude? Again, y'all not some humans, man. Y'all thought y'all was humans. You're not a human. If you thought you was human, you some like no, you some no whole new like foreign, some JD Ford. You some JD Ford, goddamn remix Dickie sporting goods, some sporting plant made by Sephora, some Sephora butterfly. JD Ford Sephora butterfly. Like you might be one of those, or lucky you'd be lucky to be a butterfly. Some goddamn possum. You might be out here looking like some perfume paradise possum. Y'all not who you thought you was. Dude, you not who you thought you was, dude. Don't be hating on me, man. Why y'all hating? Don't be hating on me so hard. You better at least drop some bands. But no, like the seasons of life, man. Things are like a clock. Y'all humans didn't make that just by yourself. You got other creatures here. You got plants. You got cloud formations. You got different sea levels and stuff. You got creatures in the ocean. You got different birds and stuff. You got just a whole bunch of different stuff going on that some group of humans are trying to claim that you might not even know how to look at it like that. But you got a whole bunch of things that life just made that y'all be born into as humans. And then after the fact, you letting some humans pretty much claim all that gloriousness that life made. And now they might have GMO'd some shit out and manipulated some shit so they fake in control. Like, when I say they, I'm talking about like the World Trade Association, the World Trade dudes and dudettes, and the global families, and the so-called Illuminatis and stuff. They ain't really so illuminated if they gotta like manipulate everybody else, like some goddamn magic show, like some big old magic trick illusion. Like that's all it is, big old stage. Like you're not even doing nothing for real. You literally taking some shit from nature. Like you had to go like chop a tree down. First you had to like, who even gave you that? Who even told you how to make a hatchet? You know what I'm saying? It's like, where did you even learn how to chop a tree down first? So it's deep, bro. It's all about the mind and stuff. But when you genuinely who you are and stuff, and you genuinely tapped in and aligned with the seasons, life is going to be on your side by default, because it's not like you trying to go against life. You're going with the flow. You're going with life. So if something needs to change or something needs to expand, You're not trying to like if you gotta go use the restroom. Simple example, you gotta go use the baño. You're like, all right, I gotta go use the baño immediately, like as soon as possible. You're gonna drop everything for that. Like, oh, I'm going to use the restroom. Like, I don't care if I'm at work. I don't care if I'm with my babies, my children. I don't care if I'm in a vehicle. At some point, you're like, all right, I gotta go to the restroom as soon as possible. Type shit. Like, if you a real individual, you know what I'm saying? Now there might be moments I ain't gonna cap. There might be moments where I'm being considerate of others because I know I'm not in a world by myself. Not all the time, but certain, it's a balance. Like maybe certain moments. Then there might be times where I might have farted in the store, in the aisle or something. Cause I couldn't help it. It's like, I gotta let this one out, man. Other people do it. I didn't been in the stores or on buses and all kind of funky ass shit. So I'm like, man, people ain't goddamn thinking about me in none of these disgusting ass fart cloud moments that I didn't experience where other people were just like, I'm like, wow, oh, okay, this is the world I'm in. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, okay. It's like, oh, okay, good, that's a good one. You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, let it rip. Yeah, it's like, it's just, and you got people making money off of that. Like every time you fart, somebody making like a whole social security number account. They make it a whole social security number account with your fart that you just farted out, and then they somehow gonna make an air bill for your ass to breathe it. They go like capture it in a jar or some capture it, and then they go like somehow sell it back to you, and then you just bought your own fart. Or now you paying for like AC and stuff. But you really just paid for your own farts. It's like you could have just farted and probably cooled the house down or something. Or if you needed a heater or something, y'all niggas could have just like the whole house would have been hot in about 10 minutes. So y'all got, especially if you got a big old family in there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like y'all don't be even using y'all bodies and stuff. So it's like how lazier can humanity get? How much more lazier can y'all get? You can't get more lazier than what you already lazy at. Somewhere it gotta be some reality kicks in. Like I be real. Like I told a dude the other night. I was like, look. I was talking to one dude and I used another dude's dog as an example. I was like, look, dude. Things we're talking about habitats and stuff. What was the other day? Not the other night. Anyways, it's like, would you go throw your dog in the ocean? Like our dog's built to be swimming in the ocean. So it's like that. You know what I'm saying? If you a little fishy floppy fish, you need to stay in the goddamn ocean, right? If I'm an adult. You think I'm gonna be like certain? I'm not gonna be flying my spaceship through certain waters and stuff, especially when I got a good old navigation, just weather system. You know what I'm saying? I pay attention to stuff. I know the weathering systems and stuff, currents and shit like that. I know when there's gonna be storms and shit. I know when it's gonna rain and stuff. Things like that. Like certain wave ripples and stuff. You know, things you wouldn't know if you in the ocean as a creature. Things you probably wouldn't see, man. Things you wouldn't be able to hear or see because you in the water. Bubbles. You know what I'm saying? So like, don't be no miscellaneous ass creature that ain't even supposed to be like washed up under no current right now, drowning or something. You might not even have the organ attachments, the spaceship. You know what I'm saying? You might be like some retarded ass fish that don't got. Yeah, you might have like a whole miscellaneous fin or something, and then one wave a certain way, like in today's time, like it might be a whole new different type of current shift. You might not have been previously used to it, and a whole new wave come through, and you might, you know what I'm saying? You might, if you don't got the correct
little fishy body, your fish attachment with the fin, you might be goddamn, you might get hit with a whole new, brand new wave, and it might throw you off or something. And now you a whole new little fishy going in a whole different direction, right? Or you could have been some retarded fish already in some retarded spiral, and then this like new wave shift come through, and you get corrected, and then somehow now you get out of the retarded fish group a little bit, and then you start go swimming off on your own, but now you're retarded out in the actual reality. As far as the different, you might be like you was retarded, only spinning around in a certain little fishy pod group, but now you might have like a new wave shift came through, you forced to be moved, you gotta go to a whole new current, new shift, flow. You gotta go with the flow, and then some of y'all might not make it. Your little fishy, little retarded fish group, some of y'all might not even make it. You might get some grace and barely make it, right? Like in the movies, right? It'd be like you might flip this way, flap that way, and then maybe you'll be lucky if you don't come out like some sushi, like the bar sushi on the bus, the sushi bar grill. You'd be lucky to not if you show up at the bar with bands. So I showed up at the bar with bands, like I'm on the beach chilling, right? I'm in the spaceship hovering over the waters and stuff always. And if I want to dive in and like do a little, and I know how to like come out and do a little dolphin, do a little dolphin dive and then splash out real quick, and then get back in the, get back in the air type shit. I'm always in the air though. We don't really land and stuff. Never even really hit the water. I never even really go in. I might like project like a little, not even project, but I might like my little ghost. Little ghost. You know what I'm saying? Do like ghostly missions. Go pick up some fish. Go pick up something. Don't even gotta go in the goddamn water. Like send my little my little breath. A little mini breath. A little mini breath air, little mini body and stuff like there. Go to work. Go catch me something. Y'all ain't watching no Hunter x Hunter. You better get with some anime or something. You better start watching some anime shit. That'll get your mind up to speed. Even the ways, even if you don't know nothing, you go watch some anime. The right anime show will portal your ass to something real. I think if you know how to like look at it. Go watch some anime. I'm trying to tell you, bruh. Niggas there. The anime characters was hitting a big old peace pipe, blowing out little like cloud ninjas that were liable to fuck you up. But you couldn't really hurt them because it was smoke. So and it would just like you would poof, come back, and then it'd just be like you hit another bowl, push out some. I think humanity's cooked, man. What y'all do to the world, man? George Washington today. Why y'all do this to me? Every day ain't George Washington Day. See, like that's what they was trying to make the season of George Washington in existence. Like, dude, your whole holiday idea took Easter, which is spring and stuff, East stars and stuff. So you already lost. You inside of something, dude. Y'all know, y'all be, these cats know they be inside of something. They just be they just go like keep running their business. I get it. Why would you stop? Just let your custies, let the fiends let the fiends go mad. Why, you know what I'm saying? Why would you stop? I get it. Like, you're not gonna the fiends is tweaking and wilding a little bit, and who knows, even falling out. And this, that, and a third. Why would you stop selling dope? I get it. don't you stop selling your dope? I get it. Yeah, you still gotta push it. You still gotta push the line. You still gotta push a hard line. I get it. Y'all don't want me at the table or something? Is this nose too singed? I'm too goddamn. I'm too mixed. I'm too mixed to be at the table. Is that what it is? I'm too mixed. I'm still too. He's still too native. He's not whitewashed enough. This experiment failed. Let's try something else, Clarence. What are we gonna do? Let's make another cinnamon toast crunch flavor. Make another package. That's all y'all be doing. Y'all just be making the same old stuff, bro. Same old donuts. Same old goddamn donuts, bro. No different than the $2 bag at Walmart. No different than the $1.25 bag in Dollar Tree. No different than these back in the. Bro. You niggas ain't shit, bro. Respectfully, you niggas ain't shit, bro. You need to start teaching niggas how to make donuts or something. Otherwise, you're finished. If you ain't teaching niggas how to make their own donuts in today's time, because that's get with the times, the seasons, right? So if you know you could do something like rob and steal and scam, and then you gotta be teaching, hey, like, this is how you really rob and steal. Don't be trying to lock niggas up for it. Why y'all trying to lock your own people up for doing what you told them to do? That's like some of the dumbest shit I never understood, bruh. You're telling me you had children. First of all, you were drunk, fucking had this child, and then you want to get mad at the child when they get old enough to be, when they start doing all the behaviors that your ass is doing as a bigger child. It's like you, the child, created a bigger child monster. You trying to tell your little monster child that might be more the adult than you, but anyways, you trying to tell your little monster child to not get drunk and drink Jameson or whatever this, that, or third, but your ass was doing it. If you ain't making fentanyl, your child wouldn't be smoking fentanyl and getting mutated and getting all like tranquilized, horse mutated in the bone spine, in the spine neck, in the kneecap regions, getting transformed and shit, getting oblonged, getting obtused and shit like that. Like, knowing y'all doing some Resident Evil practices like out here on people, like for your data and your research. Like, what is you niggas trying to figure out about humanity itself? Like, not just some humans you're trying to study. Y'all niggas don't understand people. You don't understand dogs. You don't understand cats. You don't understand trees. You don't understand bees. You don't even understand leaves or how to leave. You don't even understand your knees. You damn for sure don't even understand whatever cheese you thought you made, or whatever concept of cheese. These are all like worlds and stuff. So it's like, if I'm the adult here and you the child, and I took you and we went to the grocery, me and my wife, me and mama went to the grocery store, spiritually, right? Like, we went to the store, or we went to this is just a rough metaphor example, right? Because ideally, like, I got my own shit, but I'm just using this as a silly metaphor example. Like, if I went to the store, brought you the child, whether you boy or my daughter or my son, it's like humanity is geeked up right now on being on the little horsey ride. The little horsey ride. The little, like, you know, the quarter slots. You put the little quarter machine in. Like the Patrick Star scene from the SpongeBob when he was just in that little world by himself. And all he was on the little horsey ride with the quarters in it. It's like mama went in the store, she grocery shopping. I'm outside, I'm like, okay, child wanted to go on a little horsey ride. This child imagining all kind of stuff, right? Beauty salon, the My Little Pony, the horse is now a majestic unicorn flying through Narnia. You name it, right? So on and so on. It's a pink horse. It's a Pink Friday Nicki Minaj horse. You name it, right? All the customizations to the horse. You know, she's riding there on a little horsey ride. She thinking she riding a real horse. Going to goddamn, you know, going to the ball, like, or something, right? Her ass really want to go to the ball on this majestic horse that she shows up on. Whole time I'm like, all right. Mama comes out the store. Yeah, I was smoking a blunt or something, right? You know, standing there, I'm like, okay, watching my daughter, like, okay, she in her own little world or something, right? She on a little horsey ride. Time's up. Horsey ride over, right? We gotta go. It's like, it's getting late and stuff. Little kid wanna start throwing a fit, like, oh no, horsey ride, yeah. You trying to like stay on the horse. Like, dude, get off. No, like, we're going home. We got dinner to cook. Your mom's. First of all, you technically not even my child. You like the next door neighbor. I just happened to bring you with me because you got some weird, like, separation anxiety, or I don't know, you got some weird thing with your own parents, wherever y'all at. You like better or something, so then slash me as a parent. So I might take you to the grocery store with me, with my wife. You know what I'm saying? Me and my mama and stuff. That goddamn. You don't want to, like, now you want to, like, give me a hard time, and I'm like, all right, it's time to go home. Like, we got dinner to make and stuff. We got things to do. I got work tomorrow or today. Like, you know, this shit don't. I got work. God need me to do some shit right now. Actually, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got constant work and constant evolving and growing, and I got plants. I gotta go check my plants. Like, you name it, right? I got stuff. Man, you're not just gonna like hold me up. You're not gonna hold me up, and then this child like, no, on the little horsey ride at the grocery store. So guess what? I'm like, child, we need to go. Like, first of all, the security, like, what? The security is gonna show up and make us leave if we don't leave and go right now. So that's the point of this. Like, you think life don't got like its own security system? Like, say you think you a business, right? You got private property and stuff, like a grocery store with a little horsey ride, and don't y'all got private property that come through and make sure, like, hey, you know, it's past the business hours, y'all need to leave. At least you can come back tomorrow and buy some more shit and get some more products and stuff, but you don't get to like live here and stay on the horsey ride all night in the parking lot or out in front of the store or whatever the case may be. You gotta go home, and then me as a parent slash just a guardian, and like you, it's like you a child followed me to the grocery store. I didn't even tell you to come with me. You just showed up like with me or something at my house, followed me to the grocery store, was like, hey, I want to go on the horsey ride. You know, the ice cream truck was there. You're like, hey, can you buy me ice cream? You know, just like whole time I'm just there to get groceries, you know, get some things for my project at home and stuff. You coming through trying to ride the little horsey ride and tell me I need to put another 250 cents in the machine. Otherwise, I'm gonna go to jail or something. And it's like 200 to pass go, or otherwise I don't get to go home. Like what? Otherwise you gonna like tear my house down? Now my house is private property ran by a bunch of like foreign children. They're just at my house, like they could just be there. Nothing wrong with that, but it's like you're not gonna hold me up at the grocery store on a little horsey ride. I got things to do. I will leave you here. Like I'll just leave you here. You're not my child, but I'm fake responsible though because I am an adult. So it's like I don't want to get in trouble with CPS or esoteric authorities and stuff. I can't just leave you here. You like one of them stray dogs. I'm like fuck, limping around and shit. I seen a stray dog last night. I'm like god damn. I feel bad. I'm like dang, like you just something I feel bad about. But if I can't even put you on a leash now or nothing. I'm not that type of character. I ain't putting creatures on a leash as if I could like control them or something. Like, if you don't go home or something, I ain't putting another 50 cents in for the horsey ride, and the security is telling us we gotta go. You get it? It's like that. Like I gotta go home. This little shopping mall, whatever area is closed, and then the esoteric like seasonal security is trying to tell y'all like, hey, look, if y'all here after dark, it's gonna be a problem. It's like not even no police. Like life has its own policing force, and it'd be like some forces that might come through like after a certain time of night. You know what I'm saying? That dude, just the force that it's like just you just don't want to be around. And then humans wouldn't try to copy that, right? But like, no, there's real stuff going on. Like you will be blacked out in the cold. Like you should have never even been outside that late. You know what I'm saying? You might freeze up. In the negative aspect, you're not freezing up like staying youthful, and no, you might freeze up and like you was drunk and now you just frozen and stuck and being drunk. In the cold, like naked or something. What are you doing? Should have listened. We were trying to tell you, like, look, it's time to go home. Like, don't be out here in the cold and shit on the horsey ride. And then the security slash. You think that's not a world? Like, there's a whole security world in life, in existence before any human stuff. Do you think there ain't like beings really there, like that don't got a title, but is like a whole world of just what you want to call security? That for you to have a job in the capitalism role, and then if you don't look like nothing secure, it's like, what are you even doing in that outfit? Trying to wear some clothes that don't even really belong to you. The actual security crew might come through and just just actually remind you how you get it. Like they might just get blown away. Like you thought you were secure, and then the actual beings of security that run that world be there, like really doing some actual securing stuff. Y'all don't even know how to look at y'all. Do y'all know how to look at your body? Like you have skin. You have layers of skin. You see this? A layer of skin. That means there's more skin underneath. That means there's a whole bunch of like condensed tissue and skin. This is all, and this looks like what? Blood. So it's okay. You're like pretty much a big old piece of blood and shit. Walking around, and guess what? Your body's gonna go where? In the fucking ground or in an ash jar or something. But guess what? You're not taking that shit with you. So guess what? Maybe you're not the very same thing you got to jump out of and close the door and push the car key. Make sure it's what secure, and you what the doors is what locked. When you step away, when you say you gotta like step away from your vehicle, you gotta what lock the doors. Like your house and stuff. You gotta like lock the door when you go outside. So what makes you think that's not a mechanism going on a broader level where there's like some doors and shit being locked right now, and you not gonna have access inside because the doors is getting locked. It's like, nigga, we locking the doors, bitch. I got things I don't want to let out. Yeah, I got things I'm trying to keep in. You know what I'm saying? Because they get out, y'all not gonna like it. Slash, you not getting in my house. You get in my house, you never getting in my house. So if you even trying to get in my house, that's more of a reason why I gotta have some locked doors. And no, I'm going against what bruh said. He said no more locked doors. Yeah, certain areas need to. Yeah, exactly. But then that means, see, it's like there's a yin and yang to everything. Like one door locks, another door unlocks. So if I'm locking some doors and shit. There might have been doors that was locked before that were only locked because I had certain doors unlocked. And as soon as I close those doors, I gotta lock those doors. Shit, I might have unlocked some new doors. So it's like when one door opens, another one closes. Do you know where you're going? Or you better hope you're not in somebody else's fun house. Because they might be the only ones having all the fun. And then the whole time, it's like the flow is like, who's flowing? Is anybody even flowing? You know what I'm saying? You might be caught up in somebody else's flow at that point. It's like that. Who's really trending? Like, who's really setting? Like, who's really? See, it's like if you're not tapped in with the seasons, you might not even understand what I'm saying right now. You have thoughts and feelings. You have certain mentalities. If you had a previous mentality from when you was a child that you haven't let go of yet, guess what you're going to do at 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, whatever age years old. You're still going to be acting out that very same childish nature quality. Right now, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. Now, if you know that, like, okay, I'm kind of childish, start maybe trying to direct that into more favorable areas. Like maybe you got a certain type of creative ability that you like to do. Like say maybe you like to draw or something. Go with the flow. Take that childish nature. See, but here's where like knowing your astrology, astronomy, and like anatomy comes into play, because then you'd be more precise. You wouldn't be guessing. But if you're in the guessing realm, then you got to guess like how to put yourself back together, and that's not fun because you're most likely in the dark trying to put your arm back in a certain arm socket. It's like you try to do surgery. It's like that's like you trying to do surgery, and if you don't even know that's what's going on, somebody's doing surgery on you in the dark, and they in the dark also, most likely claiming to be illuminated. Now they might be a little bit more illuminated than your ass, but all y'all look like y'all in the dark. So I don't know maybe they have a little light bulb. I don't know. Maybe their light's going out. You better hope their light ain't going out. You better hope they paying they fire light bill and stuff. But I'm just like, it's like a bunch of people like you a child or something. You got born into this dark ass hospital. It's like some abandoned ass hospital. It's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? No electricity in that bitch. No running water. It's like pretty much out in the desert. You go outside, it's like nothing but desert. Like Constantine scene movie. It looks like a post Call of Duty nuclear bomb went off. When you're doing the Call of Duty in the mission, somebody drop a bomb off, and there's like it gets all like sand, deserty, and red radiation looking outside. The Constantine movie. And there's some other movies like that, but imagine that. You born into some desert hospital like that, deserted. It's like worse than Mexico. It's probably worse. Like this hospital worse than any third world country. Like you thought you was going to the most PhD doctor. You thought you was going to the most surgical monarchical. You thought you was getting the best pills. You thought you was finna get the best treatment from Durka. And you might go and the whole time you got born into some abandoned hospital in the middle of the desert, and there's like probably barely any tools in there, any clean one. The only shit they doing in there surgeries is probably chopping your ass up to figure out what pieces they gonna eat first, because they cannibals and plasma bank enthusiasts. So they trying to figure out what are they gonna do with your organs and stuff. That's what they try to figure out. They don't have your best interest. You in the dark. They can't even see. They can barely see and shit. Your ass is just in the dark. You get stabbed here, hit with there. You get Mike Tyson bite your ear 1 second. You got somebody shove the glizzy in your mouth. It's like all kind of crazy shit going on, bro, in this crazy ass house / like hospital / church. This is crazy fool. They over here trying to do surgery and stuff on people and like just totally missing all the points, bro. Like they think they do an operation on somebody that's black, and then they don't even know what black is. Like, you in the dark, fool. How are you trying to put anything in a category when you in the dark, bitch? What is you talking about? Like, don't make me lose I'm trying to keep my cool level. Trying to keep my cool levels down. I ain't trying to blow my coolant gaskets and shit. Whatever the case may be. But it's like, how is you after the fact? I'm trying to be respectful now. Uriel told me humanity gets some grace. But you're after the fact. You was born, you popped out of a butthole like every other creature, like a caterpillar, like spiders push out little spider butthole eggs. Like, you name it. You was a goddamn after the fact butthole creature. What made you think you was that important? What made you think? It's like, who raised y'all buffoons? How do you? You don't even have one brain. You don't even have one piece of skin. Like, what made you think there's anything in existence that's running the show like that? You don't even have one. You don't even take one piece. You don't even take one shit your whole life. You name all the times you had to go. You got to go shit your pants, and you think there's some one God somewhere that didn't get. If anything, if you think there's a God somewhere, you have to automatically default say, where did that God come from? If you don't know where God came from, you need to sit down in the ocean and be a good little fish guppy and cough it up. Just chalk it up. But if you know what's going on and you somewhere just trying to make a profit, you doing the devil's work. You doing the devil's work, and you will get everything that you think you not finna get. I don't even gotta do nothing. It's not a threat, nothing. You doing some. My mind is the mind that is the broader, and in certain aspects you could be correct, but to have created a scenario or to inherit, say you would you an agent somewhere, like at a round table, most likely you just born into that. You inherited a lot of whatever you have, whether good or bad, right? Whether you got a seat at the table, and then whether one of your problems is you still a human somewhere with thoughts and feelings. And if you think you separate than life, it's like y'all weird, bro. Like y'all are. It's like, how do y'all create a little like y'all own little hub? It's like how did you create some occult thing out of like corporate, out of like a business? Like I don't understand. It's like you're a business, but then you're a religious military group. But then you got LGBTQ flags. Like, what is the point of the LGBTQ flag? That's a whole nation now? Like that's a territory? Like where is the LGBTQ trees and the ocean that's bisexual or lesbian or transgender? Where are the transgender plants? Can somebody like explain that? Where is a tree somewhere with some whole other miscellaneous parts that don't belong to a tree? Or like, no, wait, like where's the tree that is somehow a tree and a seed? Like where's the seed tree at? Where's the tree and the seed at the same time? Like the seed in the ground that sprouted out something, but then also the tree out that you see that's grown, but then also a seed though. It's like, where do you see that? Where do you see that? Where do you see the goddamn LGBTQ goddamn clouds? Where are those clouds, bro? Y'all have something explained to do, man. If they got LGBTQ flags and shit, okay, where's a cloud saying, hey, yeah, I'm a gay cloud? Where is that? Am I correct? Did you go out? This is just a funny thought. Like, did you go outside today and the air and the clouds were like, hey, I'm gay and stuff? So why are they got LGBTQ flags then? I know I'm just making a point, like a flag is supposed to represent, like, this is your nation, this is your country, your land, your culture. Where's the gay clouds? She had no idea, but she works at Dick's. She works at Dick's Sporting Goods. She had no idea though. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Why would you? It's just a funny idea. Like, don't go making silly flags and then you look at the sky like, where's Zimbabwe? Like, where's the Zimbabwe cloud at? When we all breathe in the same air in humanity, and it gets recycled and circulated all over the continent and shit like that. And there's an air currents and stuff, allegedly, right? Or maybe there used to be. I don't know about now. Maybe they fucked that up with all the weather manipulation. But it's like, where's the goddamn Venezuelan pineapple tree? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, who's coming up with these things? Like these corporation, like, yeah, it's like corporation shit to claim a goddamn pineapple tree or to claim a goddamn beach. Like, how you gonna give me a a ticket from being at the beach overnight in my car? Now I get it. I take accountability. There's other things, but ultimately, logically though, how are you gonna give me a ticket? Some piece of paper? You're gonna give me some pieces of paper and scribble and commands and stuff, like you're telling me in some structure of expressing yourself. Hey, you wasn't supposed to be here at the beach because I didn't tell you or something, or like I didn't allow that time for you to be there. You have to pay this fee or something. You have to now pay me a tribute or some type of like token. You have to now give me tokenage. It's like, who even told you? Bro, you somewhere sitting, your highness is sitting in the magistracy of up under the Vatican or something. You don't even go to the beach. How are you trying to give me a ticket for going to the beach when niggas don't even, probably will never even be at Long Beach a day in their life, trying to tell me how to be at Long Beach? Does that make sense? Like, somebody, and you're not God, like, you didn't make the Long Beach. So how is y'all gonna tell me I couldn't sleep at the beach? But you never even had to be in that. You don't even gotta worry about sleeping at the beach. Your problem is me sleeping at the beach, and then that's your problem. My actual problem is somebody trying to tell me how to be in life and in nature when they're not even in nature, but trying to tell me from somewhere, from a piece of paper, some ghost paper, or somebody doing their job. Like, you got people doing your job and stuff, but the whole thing is a fraud, it's a scam. Like, I don't believe in, like, okay, I paid your ticket, and I probably still go sleep at the beach because you don't own the beach, and you're not gonna stop me from sleeping at the beach. If I really needed to sleep at the beach in my car that I paid for, in the designated parking area where you could park at, pull over and stuff and shit. What if I was goddamn a tourist and I just drove into town and I needed to pull over and sleep real quick at the beach? Now you just gave me a ticket for being a tourist, for example, in that context. Like, say I was just somebody coming from out of town and I'm here to visit Long Beach, and before I go about getting a hotel room or something, maybe I had a long drive from Alabama or something, right? Maybe I was driving from Texas or some shit, right? Maybe I'm coming from Arizona and I want to go to Long Beach for the day or so, the next day or something, before I gotta come back to Arizona or some shit, and then y'all niggas just hit me with a ticket for being at the beach past y'all designated hours of approval, which is blasphemy because life didn't strike me down for being there. Y'all niggas, only y'all niggas had a problem after the fact. And I bet you if that person didn't even slap the ticket on my windshield, if that wasn't even a job, nobody would be enforcing that dumbass shit because nobody else gave a fuck about me sleeping at the beach other than you niggas and your bitch ass George Washington. That's it. Now, until you get that through your goddamn monkey skull, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Keep drowning in the lake, in the sea of hellfire. Not even the sea. Keep drowning in the oceans, the oceans of rivers of the goddamn eternal hellfire. If you don't want to, you want to be goddamn asleep. Trying to tell y'all niggas, man, like, bro, there's real flows and stuff. It's like, what flow did you want to be in? You gotta really peel back the layers. You know what I'm saying? Did you want to be like in some synthetic flow where now y'all trying to make TikTok the seasons or something? Like, TikTok will never be, like, TikTok will only go as far as people in real life. So if people start losing basic shit, like in certain ways your brain is structured and configured, because at some point in reality people are outside and in tune with life, not some fucking satellite, but, you know, understanding, like, okay, the wind blows this type of way, and then there's different, you know, different times it's different days of the week, different, you know what I'm saying, different days in the week, different haze in the different haze in the heat, different haze in the heats and stuff, you know, and different waves of the heat, you know, heat waves. I don't know, bro. So it's like humanity somewhere, just corporations. Shout out to the corporations. I'm not mad at y'all, but it's like, if y'all don't get y'all shit together, you're gonna lose all your business some more. It's not in raising the prices It's like, what is y'all trying to do? Is you trying to like just totally destroy everybody? Because you could have been did that, or is you just trying to destroy everybody in some like subtle way, so where people would like maybe don't question that they're being destroyed or like get confused on how they're being, like, you know what I'm saying? Or you just trying to like, if you trying to make money, if you just trying to run your business, there's better ways to go about doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe listening to your customer fiends. If your fiends are like, hey man, I don't got $20 for a gram this time, or really at all. Like, I don't know, it's hard right now. You know what I'm saying? The waters are drying up. You know what I mean? I can't. Yeah, maybe somebody's like catching fish, or maybe somebody's goddamn catching plankton or something. But now there's no like stream of plankton no more, like certain crawfish. And now like you might have been a certain type of fish, but you can't like, you can't flip maybe you caught, you might have been flipping prawns before, and you might be maybe you like an octopus or something, like you flip prawns. You might be some octopus, gorilla, giraffe creature thing. Well, maybe not giraffe, but like some octopus, gorilla, sheep. And you might be flipping prawns, monkey, chimpanzee prawns. Dr. Doolittle prawns. And maybe they're not selling like they was selling before, so you ain't making as much bartering and gain exchange type of moves and stuff, so you can't show up. So normally maybe you as the goddamn octopus, gorilla, wildebeest sheep, you might normally show up to get your, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you get a certain banana that you normally used to get. You might not be able to get that banana no more, because you can't even, it's like the whatever material you had to get the banana, like the prawns, for example. Maybe you used to trade the prawns for the bananas. Now it's like your whole stream of prawns might have dried up. You ain't catching no prawns, or no prawns coming through, right? And now you might be fucked, because you're like, fuck, how am I gonna eat? I eat bananas, but I was exchanging my bananas. I was getting bananas for prawns. Whole new current. The prawn stream might have dried up. The prawn shop might be over, right? Now you got to figure out what to do as a goddamn retarded wildebeest, octopus, wildebeest sheep, gorilla. Trying to figure out, how am I going to get my bananas? Your plantains. I'll put you. So it's like the seasons, bro. Y'all don't know how to like get with the seasons. If you don't got a mind, I don't know what to tell you. Where's your mind? Where's your mind? Do you have a thought or a feeling that joined together for you to be aware of yourself and things around you? If there's something wrong with that, that's where you might need some help. Nothing wrong with that. Just ask for help. Stop shadow banning a motherfucker and just ask me for help. Or maybe when I approach you, like, this, that, and the third, just be open to the receiving the help that you know you need, or just be honest with yourself. But you in new seasons, man. We in a whole new time, dude. Like, again, like the esoteric departments come through, like, hey, security's like, hey, y'all gotta, like, can't be skateboarding in front of the store right now. You gotta go. And if you try to give that security group, God's security problem, you end up making yourself a grave mistake. You make a grave mistake. I think I'm just so beautiful that maybe it's like too much for people. You know what I mean? So I don't like, I be kind of holding myself back to some degree because I know like how fucking beautiful I can be. That it might be too much beautifulness, gold type of, it might be too much gold for somebody, and then they might get too overzealous, just thinking that all that gold and shine is them or something. And it's like, no, you just was like getting hit with the gold that I might have like maybe like, you know what I'm saying, maybe you threw a little bracelet on your wrist or something, and you my child. You know what I'm saying? Put some, I might flex up my baby or something, but you don't start thinking you the gold itself. Like you ain't the baby child that was pushed out of a butthole first, wearing some gold. You're not the gold though. You might be like the gold after the fact. You might be the after the fact gold, but that'll be the day where you make your own gold. Is when you'll be the after the fact gold, which ain't really after the fact because it'll be like similar. Okay, this child ain't really after the fact. It'd be like this is one of a kindness. But if you after the fact, you gotta like you never are the gold though. You're not even my child at that point. Like here, dude, like here's some gold. Like I could make all this gold, but you complaining about whatever. Here, wear this little ring on your finger. Fuck, go home. I don't know. It's like a weird thing. Like this child wants to be the gold so bad, but it's like now this child like weighed down and heavy down. Like, all right, we just kept giving him gold and stuff. Like, oh, you want the gold? The child just kept taking gold, taking gold, taking gold, taking lead, taking silver. Child can't even carry none of this shit around now. It's all just like tuck you up under a Tony Montana pile of gold. The gold is on top of you now. It's like you got weight up under all the precious metals that you was trying to like be/control and safeguard, and all those fruits, watermelons, big old melons, and all kind of little apricots, peaches, and all anything precious of the land that God made is now on top of these niggas. Because they was trying to control it and be on top of it. Like they could sit on it like some goddamn high chair at Chevy's. They think you gonna sit in the Chevy's like the little baby chair, like you king, or like you was the king on the throne somewhere. Like, dude, man, you only on a throne, dude, because we brought you to Chevy's, dude. That's the only you in that high chair because you lucky it was your birthday at the time. Like maybe you lucky it was your birthday. You might have convinced yourself so much it was your birthday, and you lied to yourself like, no, it's spring all the time. Ah, spring. And then here we are today. Everybody got sprung. I'm sprung, and she got me doing things I never do, and doing things I'm telling you I'm sprung. I just tossed my pennies. Got me doing things I never do. I swear I'm tricking up on you. Ooh, 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 ooh. So it's like, you know, you either got the game or you don't. I can't sell you the game. At least right now, right? There ain't enough people catching the game. It's like I can't even sell you the game. You wouldn't even know what to do with it. You wouldn't even know what to do with it. So that's what we're seeing right now. A bunch of like people that are in control of things, and maybe they know that they need to like share some of the reins and get off the little high horsey, little horsey ride, merry-go-round, horsey ride. You're on a merry-go-round. You're on the little horsey merry-go-round. Chill out. Chill out. Spiritually, you on a little merry horsey go ride. Spring, summer, fall, winter. That's it. It just goes around and round and round and round and round. You're not getting out of that. Welcome to hell. That's it. If you got a problem with it, take it up with the Lord. Take it up with your hand, with goddamn Jesus and God and stuff. Go take it up with God. Nobody. You gonna have a hard time taking it up with. You're gonna be looking for somebody and stuff. Some type of awareness, some type of light information thing, something, or you're gonna be looking for something. Thinking that if you still think something is a mind of God, you're gonna be looking for something, and then that something could be right there in your face. It could be right there in your face. God, the actual God, might have brought something to you that's like, hey, hey, I'm not necessarily what you thought I was, but here's one of my some things. Here's one of my children's that actually knows it knows it's something, and this, that, and the third. So I'm gonna go bring it right here. I'm gonna bring my child here to maybe show somebody that I put that star on the goddamn Mini Melts ice cream machine, not some goddamn human. I made the Mini Melts first. I was doing any Dippin' Dots. I was doing all the little Dippin' Dots, the biggest bites of yum. Stop playing. I was doing all the Starbucks bucket. I was bucking all the stars. I was bucking all the stars up. Getting buffed. First I got buffed up. Then I had to get buff. I got buff after. First you get bucked up. God like buck your ass up. Especially if you don't know how to ride. Especially if you're a new beginner, you gotta learn. You gotta get bucked a few times. Especially on the little merry-go-round horsey ride. You might not even be ready for a buck. You're not even buck worthy yet. You're not even. What was it, Rocky and Bullwinkle? You're not even Rocky or Bullwinkle qualified. You don't even know about that show / video game. You want to talk about getting buck wild, man? I don't think you're ready to get buck wild. I don't think you still on horsey merry-go-ride. I want to talk about bucks, Starbucks, let alone goddamn the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers. What you know about any bucks? You can get bucked up, dude. Y'all ass can get bucked up, dude. Talk about George Washingtons and stuff, and bucks and ducats and buckets and bucket hats and Monopoly bucket hat. What you know about a buck, dude? You can get bucked in the head, dude. One of my horses will put a whole bucket hat hole size in your head, dude. One buck, not even a full leg, just like one, like you get one of the NLE chopper kicks, like get one of them dance moves. You get bucked, man. What you talking about? Get bucked up, dude. You better drop a bag on me or something in some mysterious ways, respectfully, because you might as well. It's free money at this point. It's free to money. Now you gotta free money. Like you try to keep money in bondage in a bank and stuff. Now you gotta free the money, dumbass. You stupid niggas. You thought you was going like, oh yeah, we're gonna keep people da 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 da. Have this whole like little ring. You thought you was gonna have this whole little like system where people was just gonna like keep going along with dollar bills and these being. Now I'm not saying they're not valuable. It took a lot of art and detail that goes into that damn coin and a lot of time and the whole idea itself, right? All the bloodshed and all the whole history that goes along with the current. So it's like the current, dude. If you don't know the currents first, how things even came to be, what makes you think you finna do like? What makes you think you finna have any? Like, first of all, let's talk about the elements, right? If you ain't got no fire, what makes you think you finna cook? What makes you think you finna cook? Or even see where to go? If you got no fire, you ain't paying your fire bill. Do you even know where you at? Is you even aware? Do you even, where are you at? You like it, is you in the dark? I can't see you. If you're not paying your fire bill, I don't even, like, first of all, there's a lot of things in that, right? Like, first of all, do you even know where, are you in the baby crib chair, or are you in the back seat in the car, or you drunk, you had a drunk night, now you got the shades on, and you like somebody driving, you know what I'm saying, and you show up and wake up the next morning in bed, you're like, how did I get here? You don't want to be that, right? So like, fire is important. Like, you ain't cooking nothing, you're not staying warm, your house ain't finna be running sufficiently gas, you know, you might need a vehicle, fire for your vehicle, at least for your body, right? Your body ain't even gonna fucking, you ain't got no fire, you ain't paying your fire, your body's not even gonna work correctly, your spaceship not working correctly, you're not gonna be like getting rid of waste correctly, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like, you're gonna be backed up and shit. It's gonna be like certain things you didn't gas out, and like you didn't fire out and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Certain things you gonna have like attached to your spaceship on the outside or on the inside that you didn't like flame. So you might, or it might even lead to inflammation, you know what I'm saying? You might have no fire to the point something else goes wrong and creates some fire and now you got a fucking wildfire on the spaceship on your deck. All hands on deck. Or like, oh yeah, now you got alarms going off and shit. And your spaceship crew and everybody's like, trying to go put the fire out. And there could be a whole other, you know what I'm saying? Then the actual issue beyond the fire, it was like maybe like the steam room or something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the pipes, a pipe burst and some fluids got on the ground, and then I don't know, some machine spark ignited the fluid. Now you got some whole miscellaneous fire in the machine room or some shit. Just because you didn't pay your fire bill, right? So you had other things working harder than, you know what I'm saying? It was all dark, and then you try to do all this in the dark too. With no, you try to do all this blinded shit. Oh, you crazy? Not paying your fire bill. Try to fly in the dark. That's like trying to like be the Matrix. Fly around in the machine city with none of the lights and stuff. You ain't got no, you can't even see what the no, that's like being in the ocean, in the dark ass ocean. You shouldn't even be down there that deep in the ocean with Scorpio creatures and stuff and Mars and stuff, and take your ass to the depths. But you can't see nothing. You're just out there like off of faith. You're out there off of some faith. You can't even got no. Could at least brought like goddamn a black light. You could at least made some black light fire. You know, if you're gonna have like some black shit, you could at least make the black fire. At least be, you know what I'm saying? At least have like a black flame. That's like still something you could like, okay, I can at least be aware though. Like, still know how to dance. You at least know how to dance in the dark. And so yeah, that's the fire bill and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You better hope you could cook some goddamn something to eat. If you ain't got no fire. Water. You ain't doing shit without water. You ain't doing shit without water. I'll tell you that right now. These aren't separate things, but you ain't doing shit without water. Because what is your spaceship body moving off of? You know what I'm saying? It's moving with what? Like fluids. There's fluids in it, so it's like, what are you made of? You know what I'm saying? You got fluids and stuff. What? Even whatever, certain coolants and stuff, you know, just certain things, right? Certain like gas or propane, not propane, but like certain emissions, certain fuels, just certain fuels and shit. You know what I mean? You might like drinking a certain beverage. You know what I mean? While you're flying your ship, you know, your ship itself might like to drink a certain beverage. Because not all spaceships was built the same. You know what I mean? Some bitches is V8. Some bitches got V6. You know what I mean? You don't want to put too much. You don't want to put you ain't gonna put diesel in your goddamn Honda Prius or something, right? You ain't gonna put a big old some diesel truck fuel in your goddamn in your G-Wagon Benz. You're not putting the trucker fuel in you know what I'm saying, your regular, like, so it's like that, dude. It's like your blood, dude. You ain't got no water, bruh. I don't know. Do you even have blood in today's time? Do you have any blood that's actually flowing? Or somebody else in control of that? You know what I mean? It's like, do you have any? You ain't got a body if you ain't got no water. I'll tell you that right now. You don't got no ocean. You don't got no ocean body. You ain't got not a body without no damn water, no blood. If you ain't got no blood, water, you ain't paid your blood bill, your water bill, and no fluid bill. You ain't, trust me, you ain't going nowhere. Don't even think you going to heaven. Don't think you're going to heaven. You ain't paid your water bill. Your ass gonna be dry as fuck too. You might just be a whole bag of bones with no goddamn shit. What's keeping the skin attached to the bones at that point? It's like a dry ass. That's like some dry ass. You go to a barbecue, somebody made they cooked the food too long. It's all dry as fuck. That's what that is. You ain't pay your water bill. You go to the barbecue, you eat straight burnt chicken, something burnt. Eating charcoal meat. You might as well be eating charcoal with no water or nothing. You might as well just go jump in a whole bathtub full of ashes. You're saying, all right, but you get the point. No water, you ain't even finna be connected to shit. I'm surprised how y'all, you know what I'm saying? See, things be an illusion, bro. But behind the scenes, niggas is falling apart. Niggas ain't connected right. Hey, you got this hip bone, this left bone. You ain't doing that song from the shit. You might have asshole on your forehead. You might have pussy on your goddamn, on your mouth, on your breath. You might be somebody that's talk shit too much, but in the wrong area. You might have you might be cap. You might be a whole body of cap. You might have thought you was banging, right? But you could be a whole kneecap to me. It's a whole cap. So whole kneecap. She thought she looked good. She looked like a big old kneecap. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? These like stuff like that. Like you might have your stomach, I'm not trying to use nobody as examples, but you might have your foot in your mouth in certain areas. You know what I'm saying? So maybe your tongue, maybe your tongue twisted. Maybe you got your tongue tied. I be fake tongue tied a little bit. Maybe you got your tongues twisted. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you got twisted tongue with the wrong person. Now y'all like tongues are spiritually twisted, and you might be trying to go eat. You got somebody's tongue you're still attached to. And y'all like tied at the tongue and stuff. Y'all shouldn't have been goddamn doing all that French pretzel twisting. All that German bread twisting. But yeah, you ain't doing shit. You ain't no water. You ain't gonna be attached. You ain't gonna be connected to nothing. You gonna feel like unfamiliar with yourself. You ain't gonna have no home or nothing. You ain't gonna have no water or nothing. You ain't shit, man. You need to take a shit, right? You can go. Last time I checked, you gotta take a piss. You ain't taking a piss with no water. You better hope you don't get kidney stones or no different fluids. Air. You ain't doing nothing with no air. In today's time, you ain't doing shit with no air. You not thinking right. You finna be saying all the wrong things to all the right people for the wrong things to come across. So they could look at you like they more right than you because you just sound like retarded, and you gonna be saying all the wrong ideas, and then they gonna even have wrong ideas. because you might think they're right, but they're really wrong too. They doing the same thing y'all doing, and it'd be like this whole like you ain't got no air, so y'all just be like breathing farts. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be able to fart correctly in today's time. You ain't got no air. You know what I mean? You're gonna have like air pockets and stuff, backed up air pockets, trapped air from like whatever seasons ago. It should have been something you should have said seasons ago. Like, let me smack that ass. It could be, you know what I'm saying? It could be like something you should have said like decades ago to somebody. It might come out at like at some point in time, like at the wrong time. You might say some shit to somebody at work or some, because you didn't, you know what I'm saying? Your error game fucked up. Or you might have made an error and said something at the wrong time, at the wrong holiday dinner, said the error message, wrong thing to grandma, and then she go tell everybody else. Now you got this, how people talk about you and stuff amongst the family because you went and had an error mistake moment with your bad air. You might not even have the right air filtration system. Your lungs might be fucked up. You might be breathing bad air. You might need a few blunts to get readjusted, or at least to get somewhat back on course. But shit, you might not even have the lungs to do that. You ain't got your air game correct. You ain't breathing shit. You ain't breathing no blunts. You ain't breathing farts. You not breathing whatever. You might just want to take a gasp of excitement. You might be like, you're not even doing it. You might not even be able to do that in today's time. You might have just like, hey, you want to start a new idea or something. You might just get a new idea, like you want to do something, just some basic shit, like you want to go do something, but you don't got but you might not even get the idea to do it. You ain't paying your air and stuff. You might like have this idea, like you need to like get out of something, but your spirit is like reminding you, like, man, we in some shit right now. We need to breathe. Your ass ain't paying the air bill. You might not have no goddamn fucking air to breathe, period. You might need some breathing space. Guess what? You're not getting none. Guess what? You might not get no breathing time, nothing, because you ain't paying your air bill. And it might be some desperate shit. You might be like, gasping for air like Jordan Sparks. And goddamn, you can't even. Like this little nigga, he wanted to come talk to me and get some air. Yeah, I seen it. He's like, yeah, I seen it. Friends was going the other way. He was like going away from the pack. Shit, you ain't paying your air bill. It might be a bigger, stronger gust breeze, air current that might come and just like take you on a whole goddamn Mary Poppins excursion. Fuck around with it, not paying your air bill, is it? Or you might be too heavy if you ain't paying your air bill. In today's time, you might be so goddamn heavy. You might become a wall or something that no air could really even get through like that. Maybe a crack or a groove in the wall or something. But you better pay your damn air bill. You don't want to be out here sounding retarded, like going insane. Right, so you'll be doing miscellaneous. Shit, like it'll just be miscellaneous. It'll just be things playing out. Y'all don't really know what's playing out, but things be happening, and you might be scratching your head. Like you might come up with other thoughts and feelings based upon what you just experienced, and it ain't got nothing to do with what the actual what's going on and stuff. Like this nigga trying to just get some air because he you know what I'm saying? Maybe those are his two older brothers. And goddamn, he might be the little nigga, and he might just need his own little breathing pocket for a second, because he might be getting outweighed by his two other old brothers. Got a little bit more, maybe they got, I don't know, better lungs or something due to their experience or whatever. But shit like that, like if you ain't paying your air bill, don't think you finna get any bright ideas to do anything. I'm just telling you right now, don't think you finna clear the air. Don't think you finna be breathing good at night. Don't think you finna be like, don't think your lungs is gonna be working correctly how you want them to, at least, you know what I'm saying? especially when you're sleeping and shit. Don't be, yeah, trust me. I seen it. I heard it. Don't be, yeah, you're gonna be doing dumbass shit. You might even not even just talking some shit. You might be the time where you need to say something and you just don't. Again, back to that point, like you need to speak up and you might not be able to speak up because the air and the lungs and the breath, father's breath, and father might not have gave you no damn good ideas when you was like a child and stuff, or you ain't listening to father. Father might be trying to come to you like, look, child, here's how you do it. Trying to give you some game and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You might like just be too retarded, don't know how to like do that for yourself in some kind of way, and then you just like don't pay your air bill. And that's really what it'd be. It'd be the whole time you just didn't pay your air bill, so you're not, the information ain't coming in how it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing. Father ain't the idea. Ain't nothing wrong with the idea. This is your old foggy ass brain. Maybe you got smog or something. You got like factories or something, like too many goddamn, too much pollution. Like China or something. Yeah, you got like China pollution or something over there. Like they got no weather. They had no weather environment. They had no environment regulations for like generations. So it's like you didn't have no boundaries. You ought to give a fuck about your body at all. You just smoked it out, chimneyed it out. Factory, you didn't pay your air bill not one bit. Fucked up the air for other people, possibly. You know what I mean? If any of that air comes over here, I gotta breathe it. I gotta breathe all that Chinese smog and retarded ass shit. And over here in America. So it's like, I don't know what y'all be thinking. You think the air is going somewhere like outer space, or like the air is going on a Mars mission, and then you just think the science produces new air each day or something for you to breathe. As if they didn't make bottles of perfume somewhere in a lab. But the last time I checked, you got flowers that have a certain smell in nature. You're not even gonna be able to smell correctly if you ain't paying your air bill. So it's like, it's a whole bunch of stuff, bro. You're gonna have all kind of brain farts. You're not gonna be thinking the same. You're not gonna be thinking right. We just in a new current. If you ain't up on your bills, your abilities. And if your ability to think is like goddamn not so developed, you ain't paid that so much attention in your life, somebody's gonna be thinking more for you then at some point. Just give it some time. And it might be me. I might be the P to show up and sweep you off your goddamn feet. Cause shit. I gotta make my own goddamn air and speaker. Before anybody was calling it pinka, I think I am, therefore I think. Now I think, therefore I am. So yeah, the air, that's like a main one right now, because that's really where we're at. We're back in the mine type of pockets. So if you ain't paying your air bill, you might be able to get away with maybe the other ones, like your fire, your water, your earth bill, but you ain't paying your air bill. That's like a main one right now. That's like important, especially if you got phones and shit. Just your phones ain't gonna be working right. Your social media game ain't gonna be up. You might not even have a YouTube channel. You might not have no mixtapes. You ain't gonna have no videos to talk about anything about. People are gonna be asking you, so what'd you do? This, that, and the third. You might not even know what to say to grandma and grandpa with no air bill paid at holiday dinner or something. They might ask you, so what'd you do this year? At the end of this year or stuff, you go be like, well, this, that, and the third. And ain't nobody gonna be convinced. And all y'all just be like doing that with each other. That all y'all just don't be convinced about something, and then it'd just be a whole world of that, bro. Like a majority of people that just not convincing or convinced. And then what kind of like, last time I checked, you gotta have abilities that you convinced about. Even if you just a lazy sack of you know what, you gotta at least be hard in that. Like, you know what, I ain't shit, but at least I know I'm this. And not everybody. Some people got that. A lot of people be knowing about that, but a lot of people be still trying to get there and whatnot and stuff. People just don't be. I don't know. It's like you got to go experience some more to really know who you are and know who somebody else is, and you ain't. You know what I'm saying? It's like in order to know the truth, you got to like spot a lie. So if you ain't paying your air bill, you're not even talking. No, like you're not even going on no 2 hour live stream about. You're not even doing this. Like you're not doing no live streams. You might as well not. You're not being alive for sure. Like, and then the earth, like shit. Don't even. Do we even need to talk about the earth bill? You're not paying no earth bill. You for sure ain't got to know. Somebody else got your body by the balls. Somebody else owns your body. You might as well be a full-time hooker, day and night, 24/7. When you go lay down in bed, everything earthly material that was materialized as a shape or form, somebody else is goddamn more of the authority of that idea or that intellectual property that you think matters. If you ain't paying your earth bill, shit, nothing might matter to you in today's time. You might start disregarding everything that you thought mattered and used to actually matters. But if you ain't paying your earth bill, shit, everything that actually matters might start going out the window. You might start disregarding it like, man, that shit don't matter. No, yes, it do matter. Your ass is just retarded. You ain't paying your earth bill. You just somewhere you thought it didn't matter no more. Life is going to remind your ass, look, I still think that matters as life. Especially if your body needs to if you want to keep going for 40, 50 years. It's like, do you not know how to take care of your y'all don't even take care of y'all cars or whatever, y'all vehicles. Y'all treat that shit better than your own body. But then look at who gets out of the goddamn the truck. Look who gets out of the damn the Prius or the Mercedes or whatever, the Ferrari, or who the fuck's in the nigga. I don't give a fuck about who's in the Mercedes Benz if what pops out of the Benz is a goddamn some goddamn cross-dressing elephant mixed with a tangerine, mixed with some cross-dressing elephant tangerine mixed with a hippopotamus. You think I give a fuck at that point? You like who even told your hippopotamus self to even be behind the wheel? It's like, who even gave this hippopotamus a license? That's where I go to those conclusions. Like, you need to go sit down and give me the steering wheel, and then let me maybe like I'll drive you around, since you want to let Jesus take the wheel in other areas of your life. You might as well let Jesus take the wheel totally. You might just that's what I would do if I was that crippled and retarded. That's the only way I know how to think. I was like, man, I'm either gonna be super crippled and retarded and just like literally I'll be on life support. Like everything. Like somebody gonna have to tell me, hey, did you go take a shit yet? It's 2:00. Did you take your 2:00 shit? Like, it's like you might need some help like that in today's time. If you ain't paid your earth bill, it's all about routines, practicality, your body working, things that make sense, like taking a shit. You know, if your bowels don't let you know, like, shit, you better hope you don't shit your shadizers. You better hope you don't crap your load. You better hope you don't. Like, I seen it. I done already seen it yesterday, today, before yesterday. I done seen it already. People losing their bowels. They lost their valves. They lost their bowels. People lose it. It's like, if it comes out, it's coming out. They're not in control of that body motion. Especially if they're not paying their earth bill. You're not stopping that. You're just gonna have a full blown. You better hope you don't have diarrhea at work. When you thought it was a fart. Better hope your actual like material world you try to hold on to just doesn't go crumbling into crumble. Like yeah, I'm saying like the house, your more all the whatever you think you trying to uphold, all is in that earthly setting of things that matter and stuff. But there's things that matter like your actual body. You're not gonna have none of that shit if your body's trash. You're not gonna be driving around in no fancy vehicle car if your body's trash. It don't matter how many goddamn times you could go eat tacos and eat In-N-Out burritos if you're In-N-Out burgers if your body's trash. You know what I'm saying? If the information, if the mind and the shape or form that you're in mentally is trash, do I care if you're wearing Balenciagas? No, I don't care if you're wearing Balenciagas if your mind is trash. If you don't even know how you got Balenciagas, I can talk about your Balenciagas. If that's the end all be all, and you're like, hey, look at my Balenciagas, without even saying that, but you got this energy like, yeah, these Balenciagas, and that's just I'm using Balenciagas as an example, but it could be any term there. Like, oh look at me, I run the United States. Look at me, I run Germany. Like any of these titles, bro. Like you think you got on some Balenciagas and that's it? Like I don't give a fuck, dude. You better pay your earth bill. You better go look at it in the mirror and go see what actually fucking matters, dude. You got a hairline? Yeah, okay, yeah, you got about 50 billion, you got about 500,000 tanks. Okay, and? Yeah, okay, you could like start these wars and stuff. Okay, and? Did you grow anything? Did you grow up today? Like, did you get a little bit closer to expanding and growing up? Did you do anything different? Like, did you go learn how to grow a flower or something? Like, something. Did you do a push-up? Can you at least do a push-up before you try to send me to war? Did you go hash it out with the guys you want? Like, why y'all in a war? Don't tell me no fake story on the news, bro. Why are you niggas at the table? Why are you table niggas? What is y'all, because y'all not warring with each other at the table. You sitting there at the table having discussions, trying to send other niggas to war for you. So what is y'all niggas in conflict with each other about at the table over there? That whoever you finna try to sign up to go to the old goddamn Call of Duty match for team deathmatch excursions. How does me going to your Call of Duty final answer team deathmatch, I might not even get a respawn. Yet you want me to go risk my goddamn my only one Mario life. My only one live, like, dude, I can't even afford to go on live nowadays. You gotta pay to go online now. This might be the one time I get a little internet pass. You trying to have me use my internet pass to possibly just go die in combat. I might not even want to play Call of Duty. I might want to go play goddamn Candy Crush. Yeah, I might want to go play a puzzle or something. I might want to go play Sudoku. I might not even want to play Call of Duty Battlefield match. I might want to go watch a yoga video. I might want to go do yoga. The fuck? Why do I want to, like, what? Like common sense. Like, go pay your earth bill, dude. Y'all clearly ain't got no common sense. Why the fuck would I want to go sign up to get blown up possibly when everybody is fighting to get here? Everybody's fighting tooth, arm, and legs to get to these lands. I don't see too many niggas that look like me fighting each other and dying in the process to get to Germany. Why the fuck do I look like I'm signing up to go get blown up in Afghanistan? I don't think so. I think the dog agrees with me. Me and the dog are both not trying to go get blown up in Afghanistan or some shit, right? So why would you niggas even think you gonna sell that to me as a goddamn Rambo movie that I want to watch in today's time? See, if you knew the seasons, you wouldn't even try to sell me no goddamn Terminator X, Arnold Schwarzenegger X Rambo Deluxe package bundle, Annihilator Onslaught edition, Kamikaze edition. You wouldn't even try to sell me no goddamn Kamikaze Deluxe bundle kit with a recon drone attached. You wouldn't even be trying to sell me no goofy stuff like that if y'all understood like life, seasons, like being relatable with the times and stuff. Not trying to send me to go jump in a ballistic suit and think I'm gonna have a good time getting shot at. Why would I do that, fool? Why would I do that, bro? I'm chilling, bro. There's like beautiful girls here. There's good food, some good, GMO foods and stuff. You know what I'm saying? If I want to do stuff, I could, like, you know what I mean? There's makeup. There's clothes and stuff. There's internet. Like, there's a lot of good stuff here, bro. Why would I want to go sign my ass up as a man? I'm speaking as a man. I'm not speaking about nobody else. As a man, why the Jimmy Neutrons would I even entertain the idea of going somewhere else that I've never been to before with a group of motherfucking strangers that I don't even know? Let some of these niggas bark orders at me in preparation before we even go over to such lands and get to these places with some type of manager or supervisor with a whole goddamn training kit. You got to go through training in real life on the battlefield, and that training might involve ignorantly walking down somebody else's goddamn street in their lands, and they just happen to plant an IED explosive in the ground in the dirt that nobody was even going to detect because they cold with it. They figured out how to put them in there in certain ways, and the machine, the little scanner, don't read them or something. Or niggas, we just didn't show up with a drone robot thing to go down the street first and get blown up or something. Or maybe it missed one. It ain't perfect. That little drone might have been like, okay, yeah, there's 6, 7 of these, but it might have missed one of the things. The scanner might have been off. It had a blind spot in one of the areas, and then you go out there and get boom, hit a whole get your whole goddamn organization detonation. So why the fuck would I even do that in the mind? Like, why do I even entertain these ideas mentally? Like, I'm gonna be in y'all military or I'm gonna be in y'all y'all corporation business, and all y'all getting washed right now. Like, your whole business is up under like layers of water and submergination, emergency. But it's okay if y'all bunch of bone creatures, with no elements. Like, I get it. Like, you're not gonna have no recognition of what I'm saying if you ain't got no elements. But you have to have the elements because you here. So it'd be like you gotta just pay your bills. Maybe you'll get to this. Maybe you'll get to this position one day if you start now. It's possible. I didn't even think it was going to happen for me in today's time. I was like, man, shit, maybe one day even right now, I'd still be like, man, I still got work to do, bro. I'm not done. I still, there's more of me I know I could be more potentially me about. I'm not satisfied with who I am. Other people be satisfied with me and stuff. I'm like, in my mind, I'm not even done. I didn't even start. Like, this is the end. This is my end. Like, I'm not even you just seeing whatever you think I'm doing now is I already did. and you just now seeing like the outcome of it, and whatever I'm doing now is like I'm creating something for the next group of people to be amazed about. So it's like always that. I'm always doing this, thinking ahead, thinking ahead. Like, there's cycles to things, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm still trying to, like, I'm not always the best at that, but at least mentally, I'm not maybe the best at that with the George Washington tool, but I don't know, maybe just the whole George Washington tool is like outdated and just needs to be updated, or just completely, you know what I'm saying? We need some new tools and shit. But if you're drowning under in the ocean, you don't even know what I'm talking about. So it's like there's a handful of me's and stuff, or you's, and we just be like knowing we got to come up with some new shit, and maybe try everybody up on game to the best of our ability. Since we're dealing with like groups of beings that I guess don't know how to spark their own creativity, or you forgot that somewhere down the line. It's like you forgetting that this is what you're doing, and you give all your goddamn energy away to Secret Victoria, for example. And where the fuck is Victoria at? And does Victoria even look like that? Like, is that even Victoria? Like, is the real Victoria even somewhere looking like that? She looked like goddamn a potato salad. The real Victoria might be somewhere looking like a whole bowl of potato salad. And then they got all these like images that draw you in and stuff, and then you go buy some Victoria's Secret, and the whole time the Queen Victoria could have been a Madame Blavatsky type of dyke with no titties, and then she made this whole business off of somebody else that had the physique and shit like that, or had the whatever. The actual Victoria somewhere. Where is she at? I think she should at least show up and, like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe where, like, I want to see Victoria not hiding so much in today's time. At least me. I'm thinking, like, shit, don't even buy if that's a secret, don't even buy nothing. Just show me the real secret without the clothes, it's like, why are you even buying that? Like, I don't play with kids.